जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजना यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजना यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे सभी बोलिए everyone chant Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ राधे जय श्री गोपाल श्री गोपाल जय श्री गोपाल जय गौरानिताय 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 जय गौरानिताय Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्रीदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की श्री मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की मायापुर नवदीप धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा मैया की यमुना मैया की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी महारानी की समेत गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री प्रभुपाद ट्रांसडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की कलयुग पावन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की श्री नरोत्तम दास ठाकुर आविर्भाव तिथि महामहोत्सव की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. All Gauris assembled devotees, all Gauris assembled devotees, all Gauris assembled devotees, all Gauris, all Gauris, all Gauris, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is. First chapter, observing the armies on the battlefield. Text number 3. So the verse is on the board. Or else, if you can't see the verse, please refer to your mobiles and just type Gita 1.3, you will get this verse. Pashyaitam Pandu Putranam. So the method is that I will chant a line and then you have to repeat after me. Pashyaitam Pandu Putrana Acharya Mahatim Chamo Acharya Mahatim Chamo Vyudam Drupada Putrena Vyudam Drupada Putrena Tava Shishyena Dhimata Tava Shishyena Dhimata Pashyaitam Pandu Putrana Acharya Mahatim Chamo Vyudam Drupada Putrena Tava Shishyena Dhimata Pashyaitam Pandu Putrana Acharya Mahatim Chamo Vyudam Drupada Putrena Tava Shishyena Dhimata. I would like to chant the verse. Any of you? Okay. Pashya, behold, etam, this Panduputranam of the sons of Pandu, Acharya, O teacher, Mahatim, great, Chamum, military force, Vyudam, arranged, Drupada Putrena, by the son of Drupada, Tava, your, Shishyena, disciple, Dhimata, very intelligent. O my teacher, behold the great son, the great army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupada. Purport: Duryodhana, a great diplomat, wanted to point out the defects of Dronacharya, the great Brahmana commander-in-chief. Dronacharya had some political quarrel with King Drupada, the father of Draupadi, who was Arjuna's wife. As a result of this quarrel, Drupada performed a great sacrifice, by which he received the benediction of having a son who would be able to kill Dronacharya. Dronacharya knew this perfectly well, and yet, as a liberal Brahmana, he did not hesitate to impart all his military secrets. When the son of Drupada, Drishtadyumna, was entrusted to him for military education. Now, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Drishtadyumna took the side of the Pandavas, and it was he who arranged for their military phalanx. After having learned the art from Dronacharya, Duryodhana pointed out this mistake of Dronacharya's so that he might be alert and uncompromising in the fighting. By this, he wanted to point out also that he should not be similarly lenient in battle against the Pandavas, who were also Dronacharya's affectionate students. Arjuna especially was his most affectionate and brilliant student. Duryodhana also warned that such leniency in the fight would lead to defeat. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swame Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadhi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, we welcome everyone for our weekly Sunday Bhagavad Gita class in the evening from 7:30 to 8:30. And we just started in this year, just few weeks back. So therefore we are just at the beginning of the amazing discussion of Krishna and Arjuna. Any of you who have come for this class before today? Last week who were all there here for the class? Okay. Some hands. How many of you are coming to the temple for the first time today? First time today. Okay. So those who have come for the first time, welcome to Shri Radha Gopinath Mandir. And those who are consistently attending, I congratulate you that you are keeping a consistent effort to learn the Gita. And Srimad Bhagavad Gita is an age-old, antique classic that so many in India have heard about, but hardly have an idea what it is about. And people cook up all kinds of theories about what is the essence of the Gita. Recently there is a step above Google search, something called as chatbot, artificial intelligence, that answers any question that you ask. But when you ask what is the essence of the Gita, it kind of doesn't come to the point, because it requires real sincerity and connection to know what is the essence of the Gita. There is a description of glories of the Gita, which is given in the beginning of the chapter, beginning the introduction, at the end of the introduction. And that is as Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogda Gopala Nandana Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdam Gitamritam Mahat. So this is describing the glories of the Bhagavad Gita. And it says that, that of all the Upanishads that are there, there's so much vast Vedic literature. Sometimes if in other traditions, religions, there is just one book that is there, it seems to be like Vedas are like a library. And sometimes we get lost with so much information, so much, knowledge that is there. And some people think that whichever book you like, you just, kind of follow that. So therefore, here in the this description in the Padma Puran about Gita Mahatmya, it is saying that if all the Upanishads, all the Vedic literatures are compared to a cow, gavu, then you need someone to milk the cow. Anyone here that has milked a cow? Anyone here that has seen, oh, you have milked a cow? Nice. You have milked a cow. Sure. Anyone here seen milking a cow? Not on YouTube, physically? Okay. So, milking a cow, you need expertise. Not very, like, you don't need a degree for it, but You can't go and prick the cow with your nail. You have to use your little hard but still not pricking part of the hand, and with that you press the udders of the cow. So Dogda Gopala Nandana, that Krishna Gopala Nandana, he is uh, the cowherd boy who is milking that cow. But not just an expert, no, milk, uh, milking is needed, milkman, product of the cow. But still milk is considered with the essence of the cow. So when there is an eager listener, when there is an eager drinker, like a calf who is hungry and who is also very eager. Yeah, sometimes they'll do all sorts of things, but they will not drink. No, have that inquisitiveness to know what is the truth of life, what is the actual reality that's happening above whatever is happening. In many countries, there is no agency to know the reality of what's happening. All the news that comes around may be a whitewash many times. The incident may be something else, and to cover up that incident, something else may be happening, and the whole crowd focuses there. Once one of our ISKCON sannyasis, he was asking one of the chiefs of a country, and this chief was telling that, do you know why we come up with so many sports events and entertainment, movies? Because we want to keep people distracted away from the main goal of earning money for ourselves. So therefore we put up these events, or we create some kind of thing, so that the main aspect is not there. Like once in a home, a man was robbed of everything. So he went to the police station to complain. And he said, my AC is taken away, my bed is taken away, my jewelry is taken away. So the police asked, where were you when the robbery was happening? He said, I was in the house. So if you're in the house, then how did they steal? Say, I was watching cricket. And I was so anxious, will India win or not, that I end up losing so much. So, tendency of anyone that wants to use is that they'll keep you distracted. Long back, there used to be these kinds of things, in the beaches, that there used to be this snake show. How many of you seen these snake shows on the beach? आजकल होता है क्या? नहीं होता है. Because people are playing that game in the mobile only. So there used to be that snake show, and the huge crowd used to gather around that snake show. And then that people are focusing on the snake while there is a robber, a thief that is cutting people's pockets. Because they are focused there and they are not knowing that their wealth is being robbed. Like that in this world, so many of us, we are distracted very consciously by media, by the world outside. But those who are Sudhir, those who are very intelligent, they want to know what is the reality. So many countries have an intelligence agency that tries to find out the inside information, what's happening truly. So like that, the Bhagavad Gita, Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagwan ki, Shri Gopal ji ki, Shri Gaur Nitai ki. So the Bhagavad Gita He is giving us the inside information of our life. What's happening really in our mind? Why are we facing anxiety after anxiety? Why are we not able to control our tongue? Why are we not able to know? Save, do what we want to do. We make up resolutions and then we dissolve in few days. And you can मेरे से नहीं होगा अभी 2024 में try करता हूँ मैं. So why is it that you are not able to achieve, or even after achieving, why is it that so many people are still not happy? And contrast to that, there are some who seem to be very happy in spite of not having much. So what's actually the reality of life? What am I missing? There is a nice quote by Jim Carrey, one of the Hollywood comedians, who says that everyone should achieve lots of money, lots of wealth, whatever they want to achieve in life, so that they know that's not the answer to their inner instability or lack of peace of mind. And therefore, he's saying that milk, that amrita, is the Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, dugdam Gita amritam hat. Therefore, this milk of Gita is going to nourish us from the inside. And when you are nourished from the inside, then you have the immunity to fight whatever battles are coming from the outside. But if there is a great inner battle, then people take advantage of that battle that is happening inside. Therefore, they say that when you are shedding tears, there are two types of people that will come to us. One that will come with a tissue paper to wipe our tears, to help us. And there will be others who will come with the tissue paper to sell us the tissue paper. That you take my advice, or so that they are benefited. And this journey of the Gita is a very important need that will fulfill our spiritual quest for understanding life. And without understanding life, it is kind of useless to live life, because you don't know what you are doing with it. कि जा रहे हैं, कहाँ जा रहे हैं पता नहीं है, और क्यों जा रहे हैं पता नहीं है. और कुछ लोग सोच रहे जहाँ पे भीड़ जा रही है वहाँ पे नहीं जाना चाहिए. This joke that Prabhupada said, that once Akbar, he called everyone, all of his citizens, and he said that everyone that listens to their wife, go to one side. And almost the entire population went. Just one guy was standing. Said, एक तो बंदा है जिसमें दम है. So he asked him, so why are you standing alone? So my wife told me, don't follow crowd. Stay away from crowd. So in our life, we need to know that inside information, otherwise the way to live. Acceptance of his cousins as his own family members. And then Dhritarashtra, he is speaking in the next verse, Sanjaya. I'm sure the before speaker Mukundmala Prabhu must have taken elaborately on these two verses. I don't want to dwell into those. I would want to discuss today's verse. And Duryodhana being alarmed by seeing such a army in front of him, because for 13 years they were not in power, Pandavas, and still they amassed so much support, was very amusing, alarming to Duryodhana, that when did they make all these alliances? Because to make an alliances, you need to go and meet, and I had place that you have to be only in the forest. It's not that they were touring all over. they didn't go and meet anyone. They were supposed to be in the forest and they were only in the forest. And then there was 1 year exile where even their identity has to be concealed. No one can know who they are. And so he is quite alarmed. So therefore he is coming to his guru, Dronacharya, and he is speaking, Pashyeta, that please look at the Panduputrana. Please look at the force that they have accumulated in front of us. Pashyetam Panduputranam. And Acharya, O Guruji, you are a great archer, you are a great commander. But you have, your disciple is there, Tava Shishyena Dhimata, that look at what your disciple, Tava Shishyena, has arranged. Vyudam Drupada Putrena. So going by just by the statistics of the battlefield, anyone knows how much Sena did Kauravas have? 11 Akshauhini Sena. So Akshauhini is a unit that we don't use today. It was used in the war field, and it had a particular 25,000 plus number of elephants, 25,000 number of horses and chariots. So there is a particular unit that is called as Akshauhini. And so they had 11 Akshauhini, and Pandavas had 9, 7, sure. So they had 7 Akshauhini. 4 Akshauhini less. So if with so much number, who should be more afraid? The Pandavas should be afraid. But Pandavas were not afraid. And it is one with more numbers is afraid because of this very important word that called as Vyudam, that they were very much together, that they were one in purpose and one in strategy. And compared to that, if you see the Kauravas, by different kinds of promises and different kinds of techniques, strategies, diplomacies, he gathered a lot of people. But as they say, better one lion than a herd of sheep. And here there were a lot of lions on the side of Duryodhana, Kauravas. But still, and if you see on the side of Pandavas, they were not as powerful as the Kauravas. But still, because they were so much one together, they assumed greater confidence than somebody who has studied a lot but has not organized his information. Sometimes there are students who बहुत पढ़ते हैं, but they have not organized their information. So when it comes to the exam, they don't know which formula to apply where. Anyone had this problem? You have mugged a lot. बहुत कुछ अंदर है. So many formulas you have learned. But in that particular problem, which one to apply? You don't know. And whereas someone else who has not learned too much of information, I think tomorrow or day after tomorrow is JEE exam is there, mains exam. Not learned too much, but is very strong in his basics. Very strong, very organized in the information that he has. Or say, in the kitchen. Just having too many vegetables in a preparation doesn't mean that the preparation will be very tasty. All the new cooks that are there, especially no boys, when they start cooking, I think सब डाल दो तो थोड़ा जीरा का भी टेस्ट आएगा, थोड़ा इसका भी टेस्ट आएगा. It's not, life is not just about having a lot. Life is about how you organize what you have in a way that it is useful and you are confident that I want to use it this way. And Pandavas, they were all together because they had all come out of wanting to support the cause for which they Pandavas stood, that we want to support Dharma. But whereas the Kauravas, if you see, Bhishma came there just because he had to be loyal to the throne. He absolutely didn't vote for the purpose for which the battle was being fought. He tried so many ways. He, in fact, did partition, but that didn't work. So many attempts he made. And then there was Drona. And Drona is there. He also didn't support the cause for which Duryodhana was there. But he had to fight because he was very attached to his son, Ashwathama. And Ashwathama was very much supporting, was on the side of Duryodhana. Then we have Karna. Karna was there as a friend, but then the moment Bhishma insulted him, Karna said, I'm not going to fight till Bhishma is alive. So he backed out. So Karna is such a formidable, such a great warrior, but his honor was more important than his friend's victory. And whereas Krishna, if you see, Krishna was not even given a proper post of being a warrior. Now when you are of some caliber, you want to be known and respected and invited for that particular purpose. And Krishna was invited for being a second grade, not even second grade, absolutely almost like a no one there. Just drive the chariot, just be a driver. And he himself voluntarily took up that. But he wanted to support and protect his friend rather than thinking about his own honor. And it's also said, when somebody is a chariot driver, then the charioteer, he has to use ways and means that are not can be done with a respectable person like of another Kshatriya, because in the battle there is so much noise. If you have to give instructions how to go left, how to go right, it has to be done through physical communication. So, but the hands are busy. Sometimes when you're behind taxi guy, you tell him, "Aisa thoda left lena, thoda right lena." But on the battlefield, because of so much noise, Arjuna had to use his feet to convey whether to go right, left, or stop, or go fast. So Arjuna had to kick Krishna on the right. So he wants to fight on the right side. But Krishna didn't take that as dishonor. How can you kick me? It's great aparad. No? He's not seeing himself as a great warrior. I'm a great warrior, great Kshatriya. Not as a supreme lord. That I am here to help my friend and whatever position I need to take. And that's real leadership. That you motivate people by being there whatever way you can help. Not sticking to, this is the way I am. This is what I am. And herein, Duryodhana is also trying to motivate his guru, his teacher, by trying to find faults with him. And that's what Srila Prabhupada writes, that apparently it seems to be a glorifying verse. Oh, your disciple has arranged such a great army in front on the opposite side, but he's kind of taunting. He's being critical of his guru that देखो आपने क्या गड़बड़ किया है. That you taught a person who was not going to be on our side, Drupada Putra, because you knew that Drupada is your enemy. He has great animosity for you. And the story goes back to this particular word, Tava Shishyena Drupada Putrena, invoke lot of emotional turmoil in Dronacharya. He took him back to his student days, and both Drona and Drupada had studied in the same school, same Gurukul, that of Parashuram. And now in childhood, when your friends, today only one of my school friends did a video call, and he was kind of making me talk with all those old friends. So they were great buddies, and Drupada was a Kshatriya, coming from a Kshatriya. And those times, no matter who you are, you had to spend 10 years or 20 years of your life at the ashram of a guru, learning the hard realities of life and also the knowledge of the Vedas, both the highest and the ground reality. That food is not just going to come from by ordering something, that you have to actually grow food or beg food, you have to wash clothes. So all these basic ground realities of life were taught to children. So Drupada, he made this kind of promise to his good friend, said, जीवन में कभी भी तुमको कुछ चाहिए तो याद करना, रखना कि तुम्हारा एक दोस्त है Drupad. He will help you. Whenever you have some issue, you come to me, I will help you. And later on in his life, somehow providence was such that Drupada could not make any money, any kind of income, and he was so poor that he could not even afford milk to his child, and he was giving him flour mixed water, flour and water mixed. He was giving. Nowadays, people think that that's better than milk, like Horlicks, all this Bournvita. They try to milk. But those days, it like very amusing that in 5,000 years back, there was a family who could not afford milk. And Ashwadhama, when he went to his friend's house, he drank real milk. So when he came back, he started to make tantrums that you are cheating me, you are not giving me real milk. Ye todi doodh hai. This is not milk, I want real milk. So seeing the plight, Drona. So Drona thought, okay, let me go to my friend Drupad. At least to get, he'll give him a cow. Bada Raja hai, ek gaay nahi dega kya? So he went and he asked. So he wanted to ask, but he was not even given entrance into the court room of Drupad. And when he sent the message, tell him, your friend Drupad has come, your Gurukul friend. Then Drupad said that, how can some, poor Brahmana be a friend of, friends are of equal stature. And I don't accept you. Kabhi to padhe the, how can you accept? And so he very harshly treated him, disrespected him. So Drupada was very hurt, very severely hurt, because he didn't expect such a treatment. Contrast to that, we have the story of Krishna and Sudama. When Sudama went, the way Krishna treated him, Sudama was totally melted by Krishna's reception. That he not even, not only, treats me as equal, but he treats me as a superior. You have seen that photo where Sudama is placed on the throne and Krishna is sitting on the ground and he is washing Sudama's feet. That, and there is a beautiful song, Haryani song also. Bata mere yaar Sudama re, bade dinon mein aaya. That after long time you have come, how are you? He is inquiring very lovingly. You expect such kind of, interaction, relationship with. But Drupada, he wasn't, because he thought if he meets with someone who is of such a low stature, his status will go down. I know real stories of boys who come to hostels in Bombay from kind of, remote parts of Maharashtra or other places. And when their parents come, usually, in the villages, parents wear dhoti, that apish kind of dhoti, and they wear that topi and other things. So the children say that कभी मुझे मिलने हॉस्टल में मत आना क्योंकि मेरा स्टेटस गिर जाएगा. यहाँ पे मैं ऐसा हंकी डोरी कर रहा हूँ. आई एम ट्राइंग टू एक्ट लाइक ए मुंबईट एंड माई फ्रेंड्स आर फ्रॉम साउथ बॉम्बे और दिस एंड दैट. And if they get to know that, oh, he's coming from, and so they'll make fun of me. So I know for a fact, some students don't tell their parents, never come to meet me in the hostel or try to come and see. So Drupada might be having that kind of consciousness that मेरा status मेरे friends के status से equal होता है. So if my friend is of a low status, then my status goes down. So he didn't want to accept that thing, that kind of thing. So Drupada was very hurt. Dronacharya was very hurt. And with that vengeance, he teaches the Kauravas and the Pandavas. And when they wanted Guru Dakshina, he says, go and defeat Drupad. They all go. Kauravas go first. They take Karna also. Karna was not even disciple of Drona. But Kauravas thought, here रहेगा तो जीत जाएंगे. But they didn't win. Then, the Pandavas go and Arjuna defeats Drupad. And then, then Drupada, all the kingdom is given to Dronacharya by Arjuna. And Arjuna and Dronacharya says, okay, because you're a king, I am not like you. I'll not be harsh. I'll give you half the kingdom. And he gives him half the kingdom. Drupada, the cycle of vengeance keeps accumulating. You take revenge and the other person thinks it is not that you are doing hisab barabar. He thinks abhi hisab chalu hua. And he will try to. So Drupada, he thought he insulted me royally. I am going to get back to him. And so he prays to the devatas and he gets a son. He prays to Shiva, Lord Shiva. He gets a son who can kill Drupada. And then, to the amusement of Drupada, Drupada sends his son Drishtadyumna to learn warfare from Dronacharya. And that time Dronacharya was so, confident and, Brahminical. Because gussa chala gaya, so he फिर से back to normal, back to Brahminical kind of. He went back and he taught the son of his enemy everything that he knows. So therefore Duryodhana here is making that statement that you were foolish before to teach all that knowledge, and don't be compassionate, don't be again foolish. So this is not the way to speak to superiors. But he is so self-centered, he doesn't mind seeing that as a greatness of a Brahmana. He is seeing that is a fault as a Kshatriya. But Dronacharya at that time was acting as a Brahmana. Although at this time, he was a Kshatriya. He was trying to find fault. So we know in these verses, we see how human psychology works. That we take incidents as very personal, not understanding each other's situation, that there might be some cause for Drupada to act that way. There might be some cause, not not trying to understand, but wanting to be understood. And if people don't understand, we think that they are evil, and we want to make them accept us, and or by trying to prove to them that how great I am. So, although 5,000 years back, none of the technology that we use today is there. The human technology has changed, but the human psychology has not changed. And therefore, Bhagavad Gita is always relevant. And with such kind of, intense political game, social drama that's happening, how do we keep a peaceful mind and, actually develop our inner core, our connection to God, is the great lesson that we learn. That yes, we deal with the world, but we don't get so absorbed in the world that we forget our real goal, to go back to our eternal home, the spiritual realm. And so this is our weekly attempt to share some wisdom from the Bhagavad Gita. And a very systematic discussion is needed. Some of you know may be coming, may not be coming. Try to keep it a consistent affair, so that, and other than that, you try to read the verses and learn from yourself. And other than that, we are coming up with a course coming very soon, from next Friday onwards. It's a 3-day course called as the Sutras for Self-Discovery. This is our introductory course to understand the Bhagavad Gita, because 700 verses going sequentially without knowing the concepts at times will become difficult or will become time consuming. So what we do is, we first give you all the concepts, all the and not just the concepts, but the way we can actually apply the Gita immediately. Not that, okay, wait for 700 weeks. 1 year will have 56 weeks. You can't wait for 700 weeks to know the final conclusion of the Gita and then apply. So this Sutras for Self-Discovery course is our monthly course that we offer, 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's coming up next week, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, evening 7 to 9. And back there, Agastya Rishi Prabhu is standing with the pamphlet and the registration book. So please do register if you wish to attend and sequentially learn. So the 3 topics we are going to take. First is the happiness and purpose. What is true happiness and how can we achieve, and how do we define the purpose of life? And second is good and God. That isn't it just sufficient to be a good person? Why do we need God? And I see that even if you believe in God, good things don't happen in my life. There are some people who are better without believing in God, and there are some, why bad things happen to good people? अच्छे लोगों के साथ बुरा क्यों होता है? All these kind of questions. And third session is Gita and life, where how we can apply the Bhagavad Gita into our daily life. And it's going to be very interactive, a demonstrative kind of learning. The third session is a kind of in a movie format, like a story we're going to tell. The second session is a kind of a court case between good and God, those who believe in good, and reasons why we need to amalgamate those, we need to harmonize both. And first session is tips to become happy, 5 sutras for happiness. And with that sutras, we'll also understand this is the way to, this is the purpose of life. So please do join that course coming up. And if you're not able to join coming week, today is February 5th. So it starts on 10th, Friday. If you're not able to attend coming week, then March end, 24th, March 24, 25, 26, again the course will be happening. So it's a monthly, our effort to give you the essence of the Gita, like as I said, Gita Amritam, the essence of the Gita in a very easy to apply format. So please do register for that. And with that, if there are any questions, we can take. Else we can have wonderful kirtan now. So any of you that have already registered for the course here, the Gita, the Sutras for Self-Discovery. So you're all potentially, we don't have so much space for so many. We already have more than 50 registrations. So we have maybe 10, 20 more that we can accommodate. So please do take the pamphlet or register yourself. It's a paid course, but it's just nominal for covering the food cost, the prasadam cost. So Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So now you can all participate in wonderful kirtan. And those who want to know more about the course or any questions, I will be back there to answer. Hare Krishna.